Chair, fellow officials, today we are discussing the deeply tragic, terrible situation in the Middle East, a situation that cannot be separated from the wars that have been unleashed by the West since the events of September 11th, 2001 in Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya, Syria, and indirectly in Yemen, Lebanon, Somalia, Sudan, and in the form of local bombings in Iran. The destruction of Gaza is the next heartbreaking chapter in this grand process of destruction that aims to bring about the complete transformation of the Middle East. A transformation that has been defended in the name of bringing democracy, but which in reality, as we see in Afghanistan, Iraq, and Libya, leads to endless civil wars, flows of refugees, skyrocketing oil and gas prices, and the disruption of international trade relations. Chair, 25 years of war. Wars that have often been started on the basis of lies or false flags. An indescribable human tragedy has taken place, and the Netherlands and Europe have also been weakened by it, strategically, economically, and geopolitically. Ancient Christian communities and other centuries-old peaceful minority groups have been wiped out. For example, Christianity in Afghanistan has now been almost completely eradicated. Before 2001, thousands of Christians lived there. Now, at most, only a few dozen remain, often in hiding. The Taliban, stronger than ever despite 20 years of American intervention, are demolishing churches and persecuting believers. In 2010, the last Christian church in Kabul was demolished. Christians are executed or forced to convert, while 170,000 Afghans, mostly civilians, have died due to bombings and violence. In Iraq, the Christian community has been decimated. Before the 2003 invasions, there were 1.5 million Christians living there, 10% of the population. Today, there are fewer than 120,000 left. A decline of 90%. The Islamic State, a direct result of the American intervention in Iraq, committed genocide against Christians and Yazidis, resulting in mass murders, slavery, and destroyed villages. Assyrians and Chaldeans' ancient communities have almost disappeared. Dozens, even hundreds of churches and holy sites were destroyed, priests were kidnapped, and women were forced to wear headscarves. Yazidis and other minorities were systematically massacred or turned into sex slaves. More than 1 million Iraqis, mostly civilians, died as a result of the war. In Syria, the number of Christians also plummeted from 1.7 million in 2011 to less than 450,000 today. Cities like Aleppo, once Christian centers that have become battlefields. ISIS and other jihadists have looted churches, beheaded Christians, and driven out communities. The recent instability following the fall of Assad is making things worse. Christians in Aleppo do not dare to leave their homes, afraid of fanatic groups. Kurds and Yazidis, other minorities, suffer under the same terror. The war has claimed more than 500,000 lives and forced 13 million people to flee. In Libya, the Christian community, once numbering several thousand, has virtually disappeared since the fall of Gaddafi in 2011. The small group that remained, mainly migrants, lives in fear of arrests and violence. In 2015, ISIS beheaded 21 Egyptian Copts on the beach in Libya, a symbol of the terror unleashed against Christians. Libya is now a failed state where militias and slavery thrive and minorities have no future. The chaos cost tens of thousands of lives. These wars have brought the Netherlands nothing. We did support them, but they have yielded us nothing. Strategically, we have become weaker. Economically, Afghanistan alone cost 2 billion euros, money that would have been better spent on healthcare or education in our own country. Geopolitically, we have alienated ourselves from trading partners and become isolated from the rest of the world. We were hit by a tidal wave of refugees. Hundreds of thousands of asylum seekers came to our country from Syria and Iraq, Afghanistan. Agreements with Gaddafi kept migrants from sub-Saharan Africa at bay. Those agreements are no longer in place, and now those migrants are coming to Europe via Lampedusa, and then there is the Gaza Strip. Currently the most prominent hotspot in that region, Netanyahu's campaign after October 7, 2023, has resulted in tens of thousands, according to some organizations, even more than 100,000 deaths, and mass displacement on an unprecedented scale. The complete lack of proportionality and the violence, the cruelty, the sadism of the Israeli army horrifies the civilized world. Most recently, the Netanyahu government has announced its intention to annex the entire area. Those 2.2 million Gazans, they will also come to Europe if we do not stop this. We must not support the neoconservative agenda to bring the entire Middle East into chaos. Thank you.